gives lemon, I will make the lemonade. No matter what I see, I will keep moving. 'Cause I've got the helper.
Viewers, welcome to Real Christianity with Evangelist Franka. And here with me is Pastor Mrs. Onwe. Okay, so we're going to talk about forgiveness. What does forgiveness mean? Is forgiveness a feeling, a state of heart, or is it an action? Is it enough to just say, I've forgiven somebody, or do you have to do something as well? Does it require an action? We are going to look at a story about a girl, Anne, and her friend who had wronged her in the past. We'll come back after the story.
This is the story of Anne and her childhood friend Mary. Anne and Mary promised to be together.
Always be together, no matter what happened.
But this promise was broken 10 years later when Anne married a poor man. Mary, who married a rich man and lived in a mansion, could no longer associate herself with the caliber of Anne. Anne struggled to take care of herself, but things became more difficult when she got pregnant and didn't have food. One day, she mounted up courage and went to Mary's house to ask Mary for food.
I need help so I can buy food to eat.
Mary refused to help Anne and pushed her out of her house.
Go away from here! You chose to marry a poor man! Your choice!
Four years later, Anne got a scholarship to study in the UK. Anne eventually traveled to UK with her
in
family.
Jesus and you will prosper.
Anne got a good job and became rich. But things were no longer rosy for Mary. Mary's rich husband had died from heart attack after being involved in a huge debt.
Mary's husband is dead. Now she is all alone. You need to help her.
So Mary became poor overnight. Then she started calling up Anne, trying to reconnect, asking for forgiveness, and asking her to help her so she can relocate to UK.
Your friend Mary was on the phone. She needs your help.
I have forgiven her, but I don't want to be close to her anymore.
Anne, who is a devout Christian, decided she had forgiven Mary, but she just doesn't feel like having anything to do with her again. Anne's husband asked her to reconsider, but now Anne is torn between her faith as a Christian.
When life gives lemon, I will make the lemonade. No matter what I see, I will keep moving. 'Cause I've got the helper.
Just see that, Pastor. After everything Mary did to Anne, still she just calls her and says she wants her help. And Anne is just so nice. She says she has forgiven her, but it's just that she doesn't want her near her. What, is it real forgiveness? She said she doesn't want to talk to her over the phone. She doesn't want to help her with the visa, but she helps other people. What do you think of this decision? What do you think of Anne's choice?
Oh, actually, I watched the video. It shows that Anne hasn't forgiven him, because when you talk about forgiveness, it's by action, it's not by feeling.
Mm-hmm.
When you said you're forgiving someone, so you must be able to help the person. So I can't say I'm forgiving someone and the person will invite me to her house. I said, no, I can't visit you. No, so I've not forgiven. So forgiveness is by option. You forget, or I think people don't do say forgive and forget. We know that words don't die whenever you remember it. But as a Christian, you need to ask God to help you so that whenever you just let it go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let it go. I like that word. Thank you, Pastor. Just let it go. But Pastor, what about if the offense is too big? You know, there are levels of offense. What if it's something very, very painful and you try as a Christian to let go of the hurt. But it's just that, is it a must that you must, start being kind to that person and maybe help the person out if you have to?
Actually, you have to forgive the person.
Okay.
From the depth of your heart.
Okay.
You have to forgive and let it go.
But I don't need to help the person, right?
Of course, you can as well help the person. That means you forgiving. That shows you forgiving the person. If the person needs your assistance, you can help. You can render your assistance to her, or that shows you forgiving the person. But for heaven's sake, you have to forgive and let it go.
Okay, forgive and let it go.
Yeah.
How about I don't need to be close to the person, right? I mean, just like Anne says, she just wants peace. I mean, if that person is a troublemaker, I don't need to bring her close to me, to my house, yes?
Actually, you can distance the person, but if the person needs your assistance and you are able to render, you go ahead.
Wow. You go ahead, you help the person.
Yeah.
That's a very tough decision, And why do we really need to do it when you don't feel? Do you feel like doing it, or when is it like a commandment? Is it compulsory, like that we must just let go?
Jesus said we should forgive those that trespass against us. If you look at the life of Jesus Christ, you see what they did to him. And he still forgave and let it go. He still forgave them. So how much more you? I said for heaven's sake, you forgive. You forgive for you to make heaven. Because the sin of unforgiveness can lead someone to hellfire. So that the person will not be regretting having believed that I would have left it there. So you forgive, but just distance yourself from the person.
Wow, just forgive. But one thing again, that I want us to look at is the fact that Christian, we say, I've forgiven, and I've forgiven. But can you really explain to us, maybe from the story of Joseph, how is it real forgiveness? Joseph forgave the brothers, but he did something, so can you relate it to us, explain to us how this is real forgiveness?
In the case of Joseph forgave his brothers.
Okay.
But still, because Joseph let it go, when there was a famine, they came to him and he also gave them some part of the people. But like someone that does not, some people will tell you are forgiven. Yes. But maybe you are in the position to help that person. You won't. You'll be remembering what has happened in the past. Let's show that number one is not forgiving the person. And number two, you are still nursing that unforgiveness, unforgiving spirit within you. And you know that once you forgive the person, in fact, your system, everything, it will change. But once you are nursing that spirit, even in a research, there's a research that was conducted many years ago. They said those people, they were searching for the causes of cancer. And they said those people that always they don't forgive people. Those people are easily they easily contact have this kind of a thing, because once you forgive, you let it go, you'll be free. But once you don't, whenever you see the person, there's something they call the heart will constrict. And before you know it, as you are not seeing it, the person is already developing the symptoms of cancer.
Yes. Thank you. Finally, I want us to touch on the issue of relationship with husband and wife. Like, Pastor, I have this story about a woman that married a husband, okay, but she had a child before the marriage. Now, the husband went and raped her daughter, right? And then when she found out that the husband raped her 10 years old daughter, she was so much in pain. And now she's a Christian. Finally, she was able to, like she said, she has forgiven the man, but it's just that she doesn't want the marriage anymore. She wants a divorce. So in this case now, you see that the gravity of the offense is so much. I can't even imagine that kind of situation. What do you think this sister did she do the right thing? Is it really forgiveness? I don't know.
Honestly, well, it's not the right thing. Bible is against influence. So the woman should just forgive her husband and let it go. I know that the pain, I know, but the pain will still be there, but you just let it go.
Forgive, even if the offense is so much.
Yeah.
All right, viewers, I need you to drop in your own comment. What do you think the sister should do? A sister that her husband raped her child, her 10 years old child, and the offense is so much, and the sister wants a divorce. What do you think is the right decision? Does it mean real forgiveness if you can just divorce still and go your own way? What will you do in her situation? Comment below. Let's keep it real. Until we meet again, thank you. God bless you.
Bye.
Bye.
When my life gives lemon, I will make a lemonade. No matter what I see, I will keep moving. 'Cause I've got the helper, he makes things better.